You saw what they did to him, right? They don't give a.
I'm actually inclined to agree with Emmerin on this one. I don't think
He's gonna look at you like still pointing at the pile of ashes. Like.
Two things quickly to resolve. Number the first, as I said, you guys kill everybody except for guard number 4, the warrior number 4, whom you said you wanted to leave, who perpetually stayed trapped in the spider webs until you freed him. BK, you said you wanted to cast the Mark of Castigation on him. Or you said you want to do that. Are you going to knock him out? Or are you going to just cast it? What's the plan with that? You're muted.
I am muted.
It's a great plan.
I should have just let him do the whole rant and then told him, but I felt that would have been rude.
I also I know that I joked about like keeping him in the web while we do the ritual, but I don't want him to see that ritual if he's gonna go back. Like I don't want him to tell anybody about it. So that part was a jokey joke. He should be unconscious for that if he's there.
Okay, so now we're being a little secretive about what the ritual is. Now we're
against the church, yes.
A little late.
We're just gonna give it to a guy who's allied with the church.
I was gonna say that, but the church's allies are fine.
He doesn't like them though. We've learned that already.
Well, he said that.
They just tried to
so
kill
now
him,
we're being
so
cautious.
clearly.
Okay. Yeah, so like I have to hit him with my Crimson Right weapon to create the brand. So effectively what I would like to do is scare the shit out of him so much that he falls asleep, takes a nap, gets sleepy. And I'm just gonna poke him, like I'm gonna give him a tramp stamp. I'll just poke him with the claw with the Crimson Right, just in the lower back, which will sear the brand into his back. And I figure we just leave him somewhere. He can just wake up and be like,
Ramp stamping this dude to track him is ridiculous.
Power word juicy.
I would never take that from Orlo. First off.
Orlo would let you have it though in this instance.
I bet
It's
he
gonna have
would.
to be our new like war cry. Like just where like if I was a bard, like that would be how I gave bardic inspiration. Just be like, stay juicy.
Stay juicy. All right, if that's how you want to do it, Orlo, the brand will say "Stay juicy."
Doesn't Orlo have a bunch of sleeping potions? Isn't that kind of your brand, Orlo?
I mean, charm
brand,
potions, sleeping potions, general dosing of unsuspecting people, I suppose.
I like that idea. Just approach him and be like, "Here, drink this."
I mean, we still have the dosed wine. Like, I was going to use that on Gillar or somebody to, like, persuade them. But, well, that went sideways because someone decided to pull out a sword. But,
yeah, no. If I hadn't have pulled out the sword, you're right. Everybody would have been like, hey, just checking in. Are you guys good?
So,
you need help?
While you guys are having this discussion, this warrior is trying to break out, and he just literally passes out from exhaustion. So
sick.
Well,
so
this is what we've been talking about. This is how you move us along. Okay, he's unconscious.
You can't interrogate him or fuck with him anymore. What do you want to do now?
So you're going to cast the mark on his lower back with the tramp stamp and brand of "Stay Juicy," and then just kind of leave him somewhere. Is that the?
This is a super serial campaign.
Super serial campaign.
It's very serial.
What's mine say?
Yeah, okay, yeah. So we'll do exactly that. I'll do that. We need to do the ritual, but like, yeah, I'll leave him somewhere outside the town. Maybe while they're getting set up, I'll just
He'll be unconscious for the next 4 to 6 fiscal months, so it's fine.
Okay, so we'll do that. We'll just pop him outside the town with the brand on.
Well,
Drop him in the sand, kick some sand on him.
How are we just gonna carry this dude out?
We could, we could keep hold of him. I mean, we could don't
put him in the bag of holding.
Do we have the carriage? Orlo has a great place for him.
It's outside.
Well, we sneak him out.
Also, wouldn't he die?
We didn't shrink that down and bring it with us. We're fools. We're fools.
We are fools. I don't think anyone's going to argue that.
No, one can't. I mean, there is a certain amount of air in a bag of holding. I think it's like 10 minutes for one individual.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it was the same for the carriage too when that got shrunk down.
Yeah. Roland's gonna say, we should keep him. This is a bargaining chip we can use going forward with the church.
Right.
Because if they do decide to negotiate with us, we can leverage him against some advantage going forward. I'm sure this is not going to be the last time that we run into these people. Well, and if they don't want to, if they leave him to die, that's something that we can broadcast to the people they're trying to control in Brackacore. And
that's not the worst idea, but you saw what that priesty man there did to, and he's going to point to the pile of ash from the Divine Strike thing. Like, you saw what they did to him, right? They don't give a fuck.
I'm actually inclined to agree with Emmerin on this one. I don't think
he's going to look at you like still pointing at the pile of ash. Like,
I really don't think they'd care about a random warrior.
Look, right. you know, it's got to be a bad thing when Laia and I are on the same page. So
it's true.
I cast Tasha's hideous laugh. No, I'm just kidding.
God damn it!
All right, have it your way. But if we ever come into any true contact with a force of agents of the church, I think it would be a good idea to keep a few next time. Perhaps I was a little overzealous with the priest.
No. He deserved to die. You did the right thing.
Well, thank you, Emmerin.
So,
go ahead.
Real quick. Yeah, while you were having that conversation, after the combat is over and the adept was dead, Orlo actively, like, kind of just cools off and, like, tries to meditate and calm himself down from the combat and from seeing red and everything. And then as that conversation is kind of wrapping up, Orlo is walking over to them after having calmed down and just notices the stay juicy on the lower back and kind of just like, stay juicy. So what's the plan?
Roland goes, and also with you.
And Orlo just kind of like bows and nods his head.
I'm gonna cast Mending on Orlo's robes.
And Roland's cape.
And
yes, and definitely the cape.
Ooh,
and like Orlo just kind of, that is a nifty trick. Cool.
All right. Well, it seems like first things first. We deal with this, and he points at the lump, the juicy lump. Then it seems to me we should go get Gillar. At least see what's going on with him. And apparently he might actually be on our side, unless he let us down here. Well, hold on. Was all of the robed people in that room from the church, or just some of them? All of them.
I do think we need to find Gillar. Clearly, since he didn't actually send another of his clones down here, he doesn't know what happened. So he should probably know.
I'll give the simulacra some benefit. It did look confused before it became water.
Do you think we would have time to do the ritual now?
If I remember correctly, it was going to take like 2 to 4 hours to do.
Couldn't hurt.
I mean, who's looking for us?
Well, that's the question. If Gillar was in on the ambush, then he'll come looking for us probably within the next hour or two. If Gillar thinks that the ritual's going on, we probably have time to do the whole thing before he gets suspicious and comes down anyway.
Why don't we could have two of us stand guard outside, and the other two can do the ritual.
I can
We only
stand
need
guard.
2 people for the ritual.
I think we would only need one, really.
Just 1. Okay. All right.
So I mean, I guess then we could have 3 stand guard and 1 do the ritual.
All right.
So Orlo starts walking out and walks outside of the room, the wellspring room, and just looks for some sort of shadows or something to hide and stealth in, and just kind of keep watch.
So the entry hallway, there's a couple of large braziers that line it, but in the almost middle point of them, there is a couple of like darker spots where you would definitely be able to find some space, Orlo.
Go
Okay.
with them.
Which one of you is going to be doing the ritual?
I'll do it.
Okay.
Well,
Sorry.
you have the holy man help you.
Before the ritual starts, Roland's going to take his empty water skin that he has with him, and he's going to uncork it, and he's going to toss it into the wellspring.
Also, didn't you dip your sword in? Isn't that something we have to resolve?
Oh yeah,
it is. But go
and
ahead.
he's gonna like let some of the water flow into the water skin. Or actually, no. First, he's gonna see what happened to his sword to see if this is even.
Good call.
Go ahead and give me an investigation or perception check.
All right, that is going to be a 19 investigation.
So you see that as you kind of ran your sword through, that much unlike the first time that you had an interaction with this, the arcane, but particularly the divine element of your sword, you feel like what you were looking at, you can see that where the water has sat up onto the blade, and you can see a very definitive line where like the water ended, but you can see that there's a sheen or a shine to it, that it the other part of the blade does not have. And it's not just a clean versus not clean type of thing. It is very much you believe either divine or magical enhancement that is kind of sitting upon the blade at this point. You kind of take a look deeper at it, and you can see that the runes of the sword itself have they glow a little bit brighter with it past this point, and they shine, and you're not 100% positive what it is exactly that it's going to do, but you can most certainly tell that something has happened to make a difference here.
Okay. Roland goes, it's interesting. It looks like the spring water may have enhanced the divine properties of the sword.
How do you shock? You took a holy sword, dipped it in holy water, and now it's holier.
Well, it's not holy water, is it?
Isn't it?
No.
PBD.
While they're talking, I'm just gonna walk over and plunge Blackthorn into it.
Do you actually?
Yes.
Y'all wild.
Not all the way up to where it touches my hand, mind you, just like the like up to the pommel.
Tie it to a piece of rope and just.
She can't keep getting away with it.
Laya, go ahead and make a dexterity saving throw.
Oh no. Really, at the end of the day, isn't it holy water? It is literally the magic that brought the universe into creation, dragon
Magic
mother
water.
nonsense.
I mean,
Magic water doesn't mean holy water.
Right. That was going to be my exact assessment. Is at this juncture, your understanding is that it is the magical well springs, and you don't necessarily know that there is a connotation between magical and religious in the sense that you are drawing the conclusions.
Sure.
Right. The player knows too much, is what you're saying.
I got a 14.
Okay. So Laya, have you ever stuck a screwdriver in an outlet?
No, but I'm aware of what happens.
So you
No, but I watched Dom do it.
You get a very powerful screwdriver.
yeah. Blackthorn turns into a giant screwdriver. As you take Blackthorn and kind of plunge into this pool, you feel this radiating energy kind of like jolt you back, and as you kind of let go of the pommel, it kind of, if you were to take a blade and set it in water, it would sink and fall over. The way in which you have let go of Blackthorn, it is still kind of sitting and resting almost in the water, as if it is a much more viscous or thick liquid. So it's kind of like sitting up within this liquid rather than sinking down into it.
Does it make a noise when this happens?
Just a very dull like thud. Nothing overly not like a crack of thunder or anything like that. Just like an ambient like whooshing noise. It's just the.
Would I be able to hear it from the hallway? And does it sound strange to me if I do?
I'm sure you absolutely would be able to hear it because unless you guys actively closed the door.
Not yet.
Then yeah, you would have.
You didn't.
Yeah, you didn't.
We can't figure out how to get it open.
Yeah, you guys. You absolutely would have been able to hear it, Orlo.
Was it?
So Orlo just kind of like pokes his head around the corner and looks in, and is just like, "Is Laya stabbing stuff again?"
I mean,
one time she stabbed something, and she's never heard the end of it.
She stabbed so many things. Just most of them happen to be humanoid or creatures.
Yes.
Most of them
to answer your question, Laya, are you okay?
I didn't take any damage, did I?
No.
Hair is just standing on end.
Yeah, my hair is just in every direction, and I'm like, I'm fine.
I'm fine. Why?
She's fine, Orlo.
Okay, good. I'm gonna go back to keeping watch.
Okay.
That didn't happen to Roland. I don't understand. Roland, would you please remove my rapier?
I was going to ask, so in between dipping the sword in the holy water, Roland would have ostensibly engaged in combat with some of these warriors. Would he have noticed any difference to his sword?
Yeah, actually, that's very valid because there is a period of which that happens. And give me an Arcana check.
18.
I think you stole my dice. You can definitely tell that this magic has kind of taken a hold within the blade itself. Like, it is most certainly not a permanent upgrade, but you can tell that it is slicing cleaner. It feels like it is dealing more visceral damage while this has after this has happened.
Put an even keener edge on Truthseeker.
Now even truthier.
Now somehow truer.
Extra truthiness not included.
Please, can you get my rapier out, please?
Roland's going to sheath his sword and go, and he's going to look back at Laya, and he's gonna look at the wellspring, and he's gonna think for a second, and then he's going to take his gauntlet off, and with his bare hand go to take the rapier out of the wellspring.
Okay. So you're just grabbing the rapier, not touching the water itself.
I'm just grabbing the rapier and not touching the water.
You reach out and you grab the pommel, pull it back from this liquid. Nothing happens.
Roland's going to hand it back to Lyle.
I take it.
Much the same. You can see that the colors and the magic nature of Blackthorn itself, where the blade has been dipped, it seems to shine brighter, and it seems to have more. Again, not that it's like cleaner, but that it is more vibrant.
Now Roland's definitely gonna fill up his water skin with the wellspring.
For sure. Give me either an athletics or acrobatics check to see if you are capable of getting it out of the water without touching it.
We're gonna do athletics.
Ducky, I'm gonna warn you too. This has potential to end up being another chair.
Heard.
23 athletics.
You let the water bottle kind of sink in, or the water skin sink into the water, and you wait as it kind of starts to fill up, and before it kind of sinks deep enough in, you grab it by a piece and kind of pull it gingerly out, without touching the wellspring itself.
And Roland's gonna wrap it up in his cloak. Make it so that it's not he's not coming into contact with water.
Gotcha. So you, I will message you exactly what it is after the fact, but for the next, let's see, 12 hours, both you, Sir Roland, and Laya can add an additional D4 of damage to your weapon attack rolls.
Let's go fight some more people, guys.
So, Laya, you are conducting the ritual. Give me an Arcana check, please.
Do I get advantage since they taught us exactly how to do this?
Not to do it, but the DC itself is reflected by that.
Could you get some assistance from a paladin who knows magic, perhaps?
I don't know magic. It is done.
If you would like to be helped going through it, I will allow one of them to help you.
Roland would love to assist.
Okay, then go ahead and roll with advantage.
That was a 18.
Okay. So it takes you just a little over 2 hours to conduct this ritual. You go through, you pull all the things out that you need. Step by step, you work your way through the ritual, the cleansing, and the binding. And as you complete this ritual, go ahead, Roland and Laya, since you're both in the chamber still, go ahead and make me a perception check, please.
11.
19.
Laya, you're very focused, Laya, on getting the ritual done, completing it properly, making sure everything's good. But Sir Roland is only there, kind of just assisting you as you go along, making sure that you cross the I's and dot the T's, and you it's kind of being a little bit more perceptive of the area inside. And once you finish this ritual, Sir Roland, what you see is that there is a very, it's a very faint shimmer, very see-through, very almost like a piece of glass that you can see that is just floating very gently above the wellspring.
Roland's going to point it out to Laya and then approach it.
Laya, you now are aware of this as well, and you can see it, and you approach closer, Roland, and it is a crystalline shape that is, again, almost imperceptible until you like start kind of moving around. You can see that it's kind of refracting light in this area, but the ritual revealed it in a way that allowed you to see it being there, because you did not see this before, and it was not something that you just missed. Like, you can tell that whatever you did here revealed this to you. And it's a crystalline structure that's kind of a very long, like maybe about 2 feet long, going from about a foot off the top of the water straight up towards the ceiling. And it's just floating, hanging there.
So is it like a physical object or like a projection?
It seems like it is physical. You haven't obviously touched it to know if it's 100% there, but it appears to be physically there, yes.
Well, Laya, do you want to touch it or do you want me to touch it?
Does it look like would I think that it looks like something from the Celestial Ocean?
Go ahead and give me a history check, if you would.
25.
It reminds you of something you have seen before, but it is not something from the Celestial Ocean. As you kind of look at it, you start to notice that when you were at the church, when you walked into the back room, when you sat down across from Emily's, when she started attempting to manipulate the way in which you saw things, there was a point in which you saw something very similar to this. Your perception of this is a type of conduit, something that is taking and sending elsewhere the energy of the wellspring.
I think St. Emily's put this here. I think we need to remove or destroy it.
Well, as much as you know I love smashing shit.
Laya stabs another orb. Oh no.
How about let's go get Gillar and bring him down here? Maybe he can tell where it's sending energy it's siphoned away.
That's fair. We could do that.
Or we could smash it.
I'm game for either.
Let's get Gillar. And yeah, Roland's gonna say, I'll stay behind. Stay on guard.